Birmingham 2022 Commonwealth Games, the continuation of the table tennis and para-table tennis events, and a big day here as we switch attentions to the next set of events after the conclusion of the men's and women's team events. We have group action across the singles, women's and men's singles in this first session of play, as well as the start of the para-table tennis competitions as well. Just taking you through, in terms of our first session of play, some of the matches to look forward to here on show court 2. But lots to get through. Going to get to the introductions. Of course, two main tables here, two main show courts. We're going to start here, Group 2 qualifying action. 3 women in each group. The top player goes through to the main draw. Chelsea Edgehill of Guyana here to take on Papua New Guinea's Tammy Agari. Players about to be introduced. Huge occasion, of course, for the players. Such a big stage, the Commonwealth Games. Chelsea Edgehill, who's first out, has played the Olympic Games before. A lot of experience up against the teenager here, just 16 years of age, Tammy Agari of Papua New Guinea. Just waiting here because the introductions for the other main table. While we wait to go to our table, let's just have a look at Group 2 here. Edgehill and Agari there, alongside Tuea Titana of Fiji. As I say, the winner of the group makes it through to the main draw. The top seeds are not involved on this opening day across the group stages. They're waiting in the main draw. Papua New Guinea outfit already in position, as are so many spectators. These table tennis events, well, thinking across the team events, have been so well attended so far. That's likely to be the case over the now into the second half of the competitions. Edgehill appears to have won the spin of the coin, so Agari, the teenager, getting choice of end as a result here. Sorry, Sam. Yeah, I'll bring Don in here now for a welcome. Guy McCree alongside Don Parker this morning for these opening group matches with you. Good morning to you, Don. Always a pleasure to work with you. And it's great, isn't it, when you get the start of a competition. We've had the team events now, been looking at those. But singles, doubles, I mean, there's an awful lot going on here today.
There is, and we had some magnificent matches in the team event. And 2 gold medals have been won of the 11 that are available here. And now we're into the singles. Now it gets, again, very exciting. It's interesting, this is the first time table tennis has used this system whereby the top 16 players in the men's singles and the women's singles are through to the last 32 knockout stage. They will be joined by the 16 group winners. And of course, here we have one of the groups. And who will go through to the knockout stage remains to be seen. But it's tough because only one player goes through. In the team event, 2 teams went through from the group stage, so you had a second chance if you happen to lose a match. Here, it's only one player going through.
Yeah, it's a great point you make early on there, Ton. It's really little wriggle room here as we see the players knocking up. Of course, Edgehill here, first of all, 25 years of age. A lot of experience, actually, that she's built up. Played in the women's team event for Guyana. And up against a promising teenager here from Papua New Guinea in Tammy Agari, just 16 years of age. I mean, get some very young players. I mean, she's not by any means the youngest, actually, to have played at the Commonwealth Games, but still, at 16 to be making your debut, that's pretty good going.
It's excellent. What a wonderful opportunity it is for Agari.
Jenny Sanders of England here, our main umpire for this one. As we say, the group stages, there isn't much room for error, really, with only 3 women in each of these groups. Only the top finisher going through to the main draw. So as Don was mentioning to you, join the top seeds who are not involved here in the group stage. Expect some tight matches here, actually, as a result. Those big names still to enter the fray later on. Edgehill, having played the Tokyo Olympics last year, actually won her prelim round, lost in the first round proper. She's got the more experience here, expected, I think, to progress through this match. But we'll see. Always interesting to see a teenager making a debut like this in Agari, see what she's got on this sort of stage.
Wonderful learning opportunity for Agari. And the other good thing is, of course, in a group, you play more than one match. I don't know who's going to win this, by the way, but they will both have a second match. And that's good experience for them, rather than they're knocked out in the first round. And again, I'm not suggesting they would be knocked out in the first round. But I think it's a good system. It gives players more than just the one match. Most of the groups have 3 players. A couple of the groups have 4 players. But it's just the one player from each group that progresses.
Well, first 3 points here going the way of Edgehill. Quick start. Nicely into position there.
You know, it's really interesting. Anna Hersey, the Welsh superstar in the women's team event, she came to the Commonwealth Games on the Gold Coast at 11 years of age. And she's here as one of the best senior players now, or she's among the mix. So Agari clearly at that development stage. And what will she be like in 4 years' time? Hopefully she enjoys this experience. She learns from this experience. And she'll be back in 4 years' time in Australia. And she'll be a much improved player. Lovely, she's smiling there, hopefully enjoying the opportunity. And indeed, the Commonwealth Games is very much about that. We've got teams from all over the world. We've got the Pacific Islands entering players. We've got Asia entering strong teams. We've got the Caribbean. It's exciting to see players from all those different cultures around the Commonwealth.
Absolutely go along with that, Don. Well said. Agari here struggling, 7 down in this opening game. And turning that point round, Edgehill vastly more experience in her mid-20s, as we mentioned, having been in and around the Olympic Games. There's a lot of firsts that she's actually managed to achieve in women's table tennis for Guyana. And she's rolled through that opening game. Edgehill 11 points to 2. So 11 points to 2. Chelsea Edgehill stamping her experience on things pretty quickly on the teenager Tammy Agari here. Edgehill just chatting away with Edie Lewis, coach there. As I mentioned, she's got a big background. Also a chemistry graduate, university as well, Edgehill. A couple of years ago, completing at the University of Missouri. Important to have that background as well after the career, have those other achievements, interests. Agari here with Ria Loy, her coach. Hasn't really been able to settle yet, just a couple of points for the teenager.
So the important thing here for Agari, and I'm sure her coach, Ria Loy, was reinforcing this, that she has to enjoy herself. That's number one. Number two, don't be afraid, go for your shots, do your best, and keep trying. No matter what the score is, keep trying all the time. The longer you can stay out there on the table. It's the best of 7 games. It was the best of 5 in the team event. Stay out there as long, even if you're 8-love down, 9-love down, keep trying to win that next point. It's all about the learning experience. That was okay. That was, she was looking to flick it. She didn't quite read the spin. Edgehill came under the ball with heavy backspin. Just needs to swing a little bit more on that forehand topspin. She has the bat pointing upwards. She needs the bat sideways and come up the ball. It's almost like a salute, the forehand topspin. It's almost like twisting your upper body and saluting at the same time. Oh, she had great control on her forehand there, did Agari. Nice touch. But then Edgehill went down the backhand. And it's 5-love.
Oh, Edgehill misses that time, gets a point for it. Agari's got a decent little blocking game, hasn't she, as well? Seen some of that.
She's got good hand-eye coordination. She just needs to work on her technique a little bit. But 16 years of age, she could come back in 4 years and have learnt from this experience. Hopefully it will motivate her. She will be inspired by what she's seen. And that's the other thing from a coaching point of view. I've been making sure that Agari was watching all the top players play here. That was a good serve. Fast backhand serve. She came under the ball. A lot of backspin on it. Oh, it's a vicious serve. Yeah. 2 out of 2.
Yeah, nothing doing there for Edgehill. Responds in kind.
That was heavy backspin from Edgehill. Then she gave a topspin. So Edgehill using her best serves there. Well done. Smashed the ball at the top of the bounce.
So Edgehill here, 6 game points. Looking to take the second. And that'll do nicely. Into a commanding lead now. Edgehill takes the second, 11-4 for a 2-0 advantage over Agari now. So 11-2, 11-4. Edgehill of Guyana making good progress at the moment in this Group 2 match up with Agari.
So the situation here basically is Agari is here to learn, and that's a good thing. The winner of this group, I suspect, will be the match between Edgehill and Titana from Fiji. But there she is, she's concentrating. The teenager, she's listening carefully to the coach.
Yeah, it is a big opportunity. I mean, interesting with the Papua New Guinea team, the players involved. Overall, we have Jeffrey Loy, who she will be playing mixed doubles with as well. But in terms of who they train with, they've been training with the Fijian team and the Nigerians, and I think the opportunity training with the Nigerian team particularly useful for the Papua New Guinea players. It's Nigeria operating at generally a higher level.
Vicious return of serve there from Agari. Drifted long, she attacked straight away. That was excellent. Well done. It's also great, Guy, to see Papua New Guinea sending a table tennis player as well. Papua New Guinea basically will be given an allocation by the Commonwealth Games Federation, the CGF, of, and I'm making this number up by the way, 50 athletes. So Papua New Guinea can pick 50 athletes and send them to the Games. And that number depends on your entry in previous Commonwealth Games. England, Australia obviously will have a much bigger number. But then the challenge for Papua New Guinea, the Commonwealth Games Association of Papua New Guinea, is how do they divide those 40, 50 players up? How many badminton players? Etc., etc. So it's really good from a table tennis point of view that they're sending young table tennis players to improve and to develop their game. Good tactics, long fast backspin service of Edgehill. Then Agari just followed in with her forehand. Looks like she's going to try it again, and why not? It worked well the first time. Here we go. Now, oh, she was looking to attack then.
I think it's a really good point that you were making as well about Papua New Guinea as well, and sending athletes, Don, because Papua New Guinea actually winning a medal already at these Commonwealth Games in the weightlifting, got a silver medal. But as you're saying, you've got that high level of achievement, and then other sports, those athletes are trying to get in on the mix as well, because obviously that's excellent for their weightlifters to have done that, because it puts them in the public eye, that achievement. But as you say, having these athletes here, it's huge.
Oh, it's a great shot down the line from Edgehill. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it, as you look around the Commonwealth, the Pacific Islands have a really strong reputation, for example, in weightlifting. That little island of Nauru, which is out there in the Pacific, has an unbelievable record in weightlifting.
Yeah, Maria Baru was winning the silver medal for Papua New Guinea at these games already in the weightlifting. Edgehill here continuing to control this Group 2 encounter. 5 clear now, game 3. And bringing up here 6 game points, similar to what we had, it seems, in the previous game. Doesn't convert that time. 5 more game points. Keeping concentration here for Edgehill there. I think that's what she was just saying to herself there in that first game point, just to stay with it. And that's what she's done there. Makes the return. A little bit of confusion there for a moment around the scoring, but it's the third game for Edgehill, 11-5.
I think Agari thought she'd lost. I think she thought it was the best of 5, but she lives to fight another game. Who knows? Could she come back? Maybe it was a psychological trick just to, of course, just to make the point, in the team event, all these singles matches and indeed the doubles matches were the best of 5 games. Now we're into the individual events, and in this case the women's singles, it's the best of 7 games. So the first player to win 4 games credited with the win. Even the coach is finding that quite amusing.
Well, easy mistake to make, as you say, because, I mean, so many matches you think around, just dipping in with the coaches here at the end of this changeover between games. So many matches, if you think, are now played best of 5. So, I mean, to be honest, for Agari, I can completely understand that she thought it might have been over there. But at the bigger events, of course, in singles, not least, of course, if you think about the Olympic Games where Edgehill has played before, the singles is played best of 7. But she does at least get another game here. We talk about this theme of experience building for Agari, and see whether she can just get a little bit closer at the very least, maybe in a game here. Because so far Edgehill, well, the theme's been, okay, rolls out to a 8-4, 9-4 lead. Can she just stay with her, possible, a little bit longer?
Edgehill there stepping round the backhand to play that forehand topspin. I think you're right there, Guy. The important thing for Edgehill is she just can't afford to relax too much, because, of course, she has a tough match coming up against the Fijian for who makes it to the last 32.
Yeah, there can't be any mercy shown here, even though she's controlling this one, as you say, because this game is important, because it could be the last one she plays before returning to the match table. So wants to try and keep that intensity up. That can be tricky. I mean, you know yourself a little bit. If you're controlling a match like this, as she has done, and naturally the concentration can slip.
Unfortunately, I very rarely control the match. But
oh, come on. You had a great playing career, didn't you? You must have had matches like this where you were on top of an opponent and just wanted to keep it going through to the conclusion.
My highlight of my career was table tennis. Became interesting. Table tennis became a Commonwealth Games sport in 2002 in Manchester. Prior to that, every few years we'd have a Commonwealth Championships, which was a single sport event, just all the countries and table tennis players. And I actually won a bronze medal, 1979 in Scotland. Not sure how I did that, but I did. Probably the highlight of my career.
A nice drive there at the table from Agari, who, as we've been highlighting, has got some bits and pieces in her game which they'll look to develop going forward. Let's not forget, she's only 16.
That was good. She's having attempting to play positive. The serve was long. Why not? Use your feet, get round, use your forehand topspin, and hopefully in 4 years' time she'll have the technique to actually pull that shot off.
Yeah, it's just a bit tricky. I mentioned already Edgehill here, older of course, but on the biggest stages, having been in and around an Olympics and just played a lot more, and it's shown here through this one, 3 points away.
She puts heavy backspin on that serve. She's obviously got a nice, a good wrist, a good feel. She's cutting underneath the ball.
Maybe doesn't have quite that durability in the rally yet. Edgehill able to shoot that one straight through to bring up here 5 match points. And that will do it this time. It is all over. Comfortable win for Chelsea Edgehill here of Guyana in this opening Group 2 encounter in the women's singles here at Birmingham 2022. Nice to have a look, though, at Tammy Agari here. We'll get another match, of course, in the group. The Papua New Guinea teenager hardly disgracing herself here. Played very nicely at points. Some good stuff, but outplayed in the end by Edgehill in this one. Final score then, Edgehill the winner, 11-2, 11-4, 11-5 and 11-5 to make a great start here to qualifying Group 2. Action going on, of course, on our other main table. And we just take a look at the standings very, very early on. Of course, Titana of Fiji has not played yet. All the players play each other. You play a couple of matches, but Edgehill clearly in a good position there at the moment, having won that opening encounter with Agari.